Who's actually going to love this mattress? Who might regret spending the money? And does it make sense for a regular shopper who just wants a good night's sleep without a tech-heavy headache? That's the question most of us ask before we click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks sleeping on a few different mid-size options, and the Beautyrest Black L-Class 13.5-inch medium queen kept popping up in forums and in the best for hot sleepers lists. The first thing I thought about was the price tag. This isn't a budget mattress. The real test is whether the cooling tech, the pocketed coils, and the gel-infused foam actually translate into a night where you wake up feeling refreshed instead of sweaty, and whether you get enough support if you're a side sleeper, a heavier sleeper, or share the bed with a partner who moves a lot. Let's start with the everyday scenario most of us can picture. You're a typical adult who works a 9-to-5 job, maybe a bit of a night owl, and you end the day wanting to unwind without worrying about overheating. The Black L-Class uses a plant-based cooling layer right under the cover. In practice, that means the mattress feels a touch cooler at the moment you lie down, and it seems to stay that way longer than a standard memory foam surface that usually traps heat. I tested it on a summer night with the bedroom at 78 F, and after an hour the surface was still noticeably less warm than my old innerspring mattress. For anyone who wakes up with a sticky back or has to fan themselves in the middle of the night, that little temperature advantage can feel like a real upgrade. Now, the support side. The T3 pocketed coil system is the brand's premium spring core. It's not a single block of foam, so you get a little bounce and independent support for each part of the body. In my own experience, when I rolled onto my side, the coils let my hips sink just enough for the gel memory foam on top to contour without feeling like I was sinking into quicksand. If you're a side sleeper who deals with hip or shoulder pressure, that combination of targeted pressure relief from the gel foam and the responsive coil base can reduce those morning aches. The same thing holds true for a heavier sleeper around 250 pounds who often complains that regular memory foam sags. The pocketed coils kept the mattress from flattening out under my weight, and the surface stayed even after a full night. Couples often wonder about motion transfer. The pocketed coils do a decent job isolating movement, but because there's a relatively thin 13.5-inch profile, the gel memory foam layer is still close enough to the surface that you can feel a faint ripple when your partner shifts. If you share a bed with someone who tosses and turns a lot, you might notice a little more motion than on a thicker hybrid or a mattress with a thicker foam top layer. It's not a deal breaker for most, but it's something to keep in mind if you're ultralight sleepers. One of the practical strengths that isn't always highlighted in marketing copy is the antimicrobial mattress protection. The cover is treated to inhibit mold and dust mites, which is a plus for people with allergies or who live in humid climates. In the past, I've had to rotate and flip my old mattress every few months because of a musty smell. With this Beautyrest, the odor stayed neutral for weeks, and the surface didn't develop any tackiness, even after a few weeks of nightly use. That longevity and freshness can save you the hassle of buying a mattress protector later on. On the flip side, the mattress does have a few trade-offs. First, the medium firmness rating lands somewhere between soft enough for side sleepers and firm enough for back sleepers, but it can feel a bit too firm for someone who prefers a plush, sinking feel. I tried it with a thin pillow and found that my lower back still needed a bit of extra cushioning. Adding a mattress topper would solve that, but then you're adding another cost. Second, the edge support isn't as robust as some all-foam mattresses. When I sat on the outer quarter of the bed, there was a slight dip, which could be noticeable if you often sit up in bed to read or work. If you have a small bedroom and need the full width for activities, you might want a model with reinforced edges. Pricing-wise, the Black L-Class sits in the higher tier of the market, but the 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year limited warranty give you a safety net. The trial is long enough to let you truly test how the mattress behaves after a few weeks of regular use, not just the first night's impression. In the 1,409 Amazon ratings, The average is a solid 4.1 stars, indicating most buyers are satisfied, though the reviews don't break down specific complaints. That rating suggests that